folks? Adam Todd here, back again, doing a pickups video. Finally got my voice back, yay! I know you guys have been missing those long rambles. So anyway, this pickup stuff's from a few weekends. I got a little bit of footage. You'll see if I tack it on the front or not. I don't know at this point if I'm going to get it on there or not. But yeah, a few pawn shops and things. Nothing special. I did get some stuff at the thrift store, but it's for a console that I don't even have, which doesn't even make sense. Why would you buy games for a console you didn't have? Well, seemed like a great deal to me, and maybe one day I will have it. So, you know, what's the harm in going ahead and getting them, you know? So anyway, I do have a little bag of stuff and a couple other things sitting here on the computer desk, so I thought I'd get started. Been kind of busy the last week or two on top of the fact that I was sick for a week. I just had some, you know, family stuff come up, trying to help my sister out and brother-in-law and doing babysitting and things like that, because they've got a lot of things going on, and it's been real hectic for them, so I'm trying to do what I can to help. And so it didn't leave me much time to go shopping or to film anything. So here we are, and we're going to sit down and do this for you. I know you guys love the crap that I pull from some of these places. Some of it you're probably like, why the hell did you buy it? You know, it's like I bought a bunch of stuff for a system I don't have. I bought a game I already own on a different console, and a couple of games I'll probably never play, so awesome. But I did get a DVD, yay. So let's get it started. Let's see where to start. I guess I'll start with the two I have sitting here that I said I probably never play. I picked up a couple of, I went over to the vintage stock here in Independence, probably this, I think I did make it over there this past Saturday. And I was looking around, and you know, I don't find a whole lot over there, it seems like, anymore. It seems like the heyday of people trading good stuff in and things like that has kind of slowed down. It seemed like when 3 or 4 years ago, it seemed like everybody was cleaning out their closet, but lately it just seems like they mainly have, you know, this gen stuff and, you know, some last gen. But it seems like they're like retro selection as far as, like, you know, Sega CD, Box Genesis games, Nintendo cartridges, Super Nintendo, you know, has really shrank. And even the N64, which it seems like they used to have a ton of those, it seems like they've really kind of weeded down their, maybe they're just not buying it in anymore, or they think they're not selling it, so they're just not buying in as much of it. I don't know. But so I haven't been going to those places as much as I normally would, which is about 75% of where I usually go. So, so anyway, I was over there and I was looking around, and I happened to notice they had some Sega CD games. Most of them I had already, and they're not like stellar. Excuse me, I'm already needing a drink. Stellar titles, you know. It was like, I'm trying to think, it was like a Bram Stoker Dracula, Tomcat Alley, Echo the Dolphin, but I think that was even missing the instruction book. I don't know, like Double Switch. It seems like they always kind of have the same games. And maybe they were the more popular games at the time, I don't know, so more people had them or whatever. But anyway, I was flipping through them, and I noticed one in their ones they had out on the shelf there that I didn't own. So even though I figure I'll never play it, it was super cheap, and I don't have it, so I went ahead and picked it up, and that is ESPN Baseball Tonight. I do have some sports games. I know I've got like Bill Walsh college football, and a couple, like a soccer game, FIFA something, and ice hockey. 94 or something. So this one, you know, will go right in with those. Probably the ones that I'll never play, but look nice to add to the collection to make it a little more diverse. I'm trying to open it without cracking the cheap case. It is complete minus the protective foam, and I looked to make sure it had the right disc in there. As I pulled, I've gotten a couple of games in the past that had like a different hockey, like Hockey 94, and I used to buy those all the time because they were like $1.99 or 99 cents sometimes because they had so many of them, and it was like I'd just buy them just for the cases if the cases were on the hinges and stuff and they weren't cracked up. Excuse me, still got a little bit of it in me. This cold stuff, I don't know. But I was walking around looked through some of their collectibles and things. I've been really kind of looking for, you know, a couple little collectibles, you know, nothing major. I kind of got back into Tron stuff because of my me buying that Tron Evolution game, and so I rewatched Tron Legacy and stuff, and I don't know, I was kind of like looking through to see if they had any wall scrolls or movie posters or anything like that, and I didn't really find anything. I've seen some online. There's one that I really like. I'd really like the old retro one. I did print off a couple of Tron like posters that are about the size of my Nintendo posters that I have on the wall, which are 12 by 18. So that's not horribly small, but you know, I want something that's, you know, poster sized or something. So and then I walked back over and was kind of taking a look in their glass cases and stuff, and this one of the people that was working there was shrink wrap and stuff, and I noticed on the counter they had a few Box Genesis games, and they actually had a few out there, but it used to be they had more Box Genesis games than they did not, and nowadays you're lucky to find half dozen maybe in the box, and usually out of that half dozen, 4 of them are missing the instructions. So they had Booger Man, a pick and flick adventure. I have it, but I think I don't have the instructions for it. I just have the case and the game. This one was complete, but the instructions had a crease on the cover, and they wanted $10 for it, and I was like, no, I'll pass. So I noticed this stuff on the counter, and I noticed that there was a few Sega CD titles there. So I kind of, you know, looked through them real quick, and it was, you know, the same kind of run-of-the-mill, you know, stuff that I see a lot. You know, it's usually for some reason, Double Switch and Tomcat Alley. It seems like I find those a lot. But they had another title over there that I didn't have, but it's also one that I probably will not put a lot of time into. But, you know, this one was also $1.99, I think. It may have been $2.99. I don't know. I peeled the price sticker off of it already. But that is Championship Soccer 94. That really dates the system, doesn't it? A lot of the games were 94, like I said, the ice hockey game and stuff. It's complete. This one does have the foam in it, and it is also the correct disc. This instruction book was a little more creased on the edge, like, you know, where it's been worn or bent. But, you know, that's 2 more Sega CD titles that I didn't have. I think I have close to 100. I don't know exactly how many I have, because I really need to sit down one Saturday and just go through my whole deal. It would take all day to go through everything and inventory it, but I really should do it, just so I know what I have anymore. So that's what I ended up picking up, were those 2, and I didn't really find anything else. Like I said, they had Booger Man, but I know I already have it, and it was just like, it wasn't worth $10 for me to get a creased instruction booklet, so I passed. And So that was that. I mean, I'm trying to think if I have been to any other vintage stocks since the last time I did a pickups video. I don't think so. I've been going by the pawn shops on a pretty regular basis, but it seems like the last couple of weekends they've had the same kind of crop of games in there. So I looked through the Blu-rays and stuff, and I didn't get these next two on the same day. One of them's a game and one of them's a Blu-ray. But I did get them from the pawn shop. I saw, I don't know, I haven't played it, but I've been really wanting to. I don't like to read reviews because I'd rather make up my own mind on things. But the PS3 game, The Last of Us, I have tried to stay away from watching any kind of editorials or gameplays or any kind of, reviews or anything like that because I want to get it for myself. But it's still going for like $50, and when I went to the pawn shop this last time, I go in there and I'm looking through there, and it's kind of the same little bunch of games. Not little, they actually have quite a few, but it's the same stuff. And I noticed that they happen to have The Last of Us there, and they only wanted $25, and I was like, $25, and because it's still going for $50 new. And I open it up, and there's no instruction book, and I'm like, man, this game's half price. Done an instruction book. Should I buy it? Should I not? And I considered it for a half a minute. And then I decided, nah, screw it. I can wait. I'll just wait it. And get it when I think it's reasonable. And wait. Because I was like, I'm not. Yeah, I can get it for half price right now, but no instruction book. It just. I don't know. I don't know if they marked it down $25 because there's no instruction. Well, of course, they're not going to sell it at market price, but, they probably could put, $29 on there anyway. I've seen some of their games in there for $29 or $34.99 or something before that are fairly new, so it wouldn't have surprised me if they were asking for more. Made me wonder what the quality of the disc was, but usually they haven't been taking stuff if it's really screwed up. So I left that pawn shop and went over to the other one. There's two mainly that I go to. They're both Cash Americas. There is a third one out in Raytown, and there's a couple more scattered around. There's one over by my father's house, so sometimes I'll make the rounds and hit all four, but usually these two are the ones that I've had the best success at. Sometimes the one out in Raytown, if I don't go out there for a while and I go out there, they'll have some stuff. But anyway, I was looking through their games, and I was like, yeah, everything just seemed kind of overpriced, and I really wasn't digging it. And I was like, I don't know. And then I looked at this one, and I already have it, but I was like, I'm one of those guys that will buy a game again if it's cheap, if it's a game I enjoyed, and I just want to see the differences. A lot of times on a PS3 and a 3D, not 3DO, 360, they'll be virtually the same. But in this case, I'm probably is the same type of deal, but this game, when it was released for a last-gen system, was quite a bit different than the this-gen system game. And I had played through the last-gen system when it came out, and it's one of the reasons almost that I initially kind of decided to buy a 360 a couple years back. And so because my buddy at work had played through it on his 360, I was talking to him about it on the same game, I thought, playing it on we'll say what system, it's a PS2, and the game was really quite different. And it's not Ghostbusters, although I know Ghostbusters is the same way. It's different on the PS2 and it's on the 360. But this is another game that is different from the PS2 to the 360 and probably to the PS3. I picked this up for the PS3. It was $3, and that is the game, The Force Unleashed. It was $2.99, and it's complete. So for $2.99, this is a game I really do enjoy. And to tell you the truth, the disc is like flawless looking. To tell you the truth, I don't know that I finished it on the 360. It is a lot harder. It was a lot harder on the 360 than it was to play on the PS2. From what I remember, there was no hardness selection on the PS2, but maybe there was. If there was, I played it on like a normal hardness setting. I went in and picked this up. Another one for my PS3 selections. The case is a little worked, but when I go back over to the other pawn shop, for some reason they bought in a bunch of the Championship Sports or whatever it is, something you play with a move, and they just have like an outrageous amount of these, like 6 or 8 of them, and they have them marked for like 99 cents. So if the cases are in good shape, I bought a couple of them to just swap out cases of games that I bought that were kind of crappy, so I'll probably pick up another case for that one. And then this I actually got the weekend before this last weekend. Actually, I don't even know if it was on the weekend. I might have swung by during the week after work and didn't find any video games, so I was flipping through their Blu-rays. And a lot of times I'll be looking at the Blu-rays and I'm like, I'll either already have the movie on DVD or I have it on my computer, or, you know, there's no real reason to buy it, you know, that type of deal. But I have managed to pick up about 8 to 10 Blu-rays, and I do pick them up every now and again if I think it's worth it. Well, I thought this was definitely worth it. To stick with the same theme, I picked up the Star Wars trilogy on Blu-ray. Now, the reason why I think this is definitely worth it is because it has all 3 movies: Return of the Jedi, Empire Strikes Back, and Star Wars. Now, these are the ones that Lucas, you know, tweaked, but they're in Blu-ray. Also, there's special features. There's the commentaries that Lucas and a couple other people had done for each individual movie back when they released them a while back with the original versions on the disc. And then there's also a commentary, and this is the reason why I bought it plus, because it was all 3 movies. There's commentaries that are pieced together from interviews and different things from basically all the cast members. I mean, even like Harrison Ford, Jeremy Bulloch, the guy that played Boba Fett, you know, Peter Mayhew, Chewie, Anthony Daniels, everybody, even Alec Guinness, you know, has some dialogue in the commentaries. And also Irvin Kershner, who directed Empire and stuff. So it's really cool to hear that commentary and hear it pieced together in such a way that it flows while you're watching the movie, but it's actually all these old interviews and stuff that they had done. And this was $5, so I got it for $5. It's 3 of the greatest movies of all time, in my opinion. Although I still have a fondness for the originals. You know, I mean the original unaltered versions that Lucas did. But you know, you can't go wrong. You know, if I had to say, you know, watch it or don't ever watch it, or watch this, definitely watch this, you know. So that's kind of my thoughts on it. Drink time. You might think I can talk forever without taking a drink or pausing, which is almost the case, but I do have to occasionally stop. So here we go. This was a stop in at Thrift World, just kind of random stop. Didn't really expect a whole lot, and actually was looking around and didn't find anything for a while. Looked in their case up front, they didn't really have anything. damn V smile, you know, things like that. So I went over and was kind of looking at their, over by their video cassettes and stuff. They have like a ton of video cassettes and CDs and stuff they're selling. But they also keep some of their PC software over there, like in the box. I saw a copy of the original Diablo and, you know, a couple other games over there, but I didn't pick those up. But while I was over there looking, I noticed that they had stuck these games over with that stuff. And because they were marked at $2 a piece, and the condition that they were in and stuff, I went in and picked them up. But I do not own this system, and I've talked about it a couple times. I do have a couple other games for this system. One being a Tron game that I showed you not too long ago. I also have a couple other games, but we'll go ahead and start. It's the Intellivision, and so I picked up 6 games. So let's get started. The first game I picked up was Spacehawk. Spacehawk, and it is in the box. It has the cartridge and the instructions and the overlays. Even though I don't have the system, I know the overlays are something that you really want to kind of try to get with them. So Spacehawk, it was $1.98. I have yet to want a chance peeling those stickers off because of these boxes. I don't know the best way to necessarily go about it, so I haven't messed with it yet. There was one game that I didn't buy, and I think it was because it was missing the directions or something. I don't remember exactly what the deal was. The second game I picked up is called Star Strike. Now, I don't know if these are good or not. I've never played them, to be honest, but here's the... I don't know why that's put in there backwards. It's got the overlays. I don't know why people keep the little card, you know, things you peeled off of from the overlays, but the directions and this little catalog. This catalog I've gotten in some other stuff as well, but there's 3 overlays here. I don't know why there's 3, but there is 3, so that's kind of cool. All these were $1.98 or whatever it said on that one. So let's get this back in here. You know how I like to put things back in and stall and make you guys watch it. $1.98. This kind of looks like a trench run kind of proto Star Wars kind of thing. Next game, I kind of did them in the color. I don't know why the boxes are different colors, if it's different genres, quote unquote, or whatever. Both of those seem to be like space, so they were in the blue box. This one is called Las Vegas Poker and Blackjack. $1.98. Game and instructions and overlays. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure all these had the overlays, and that's why I bought them. $1.98. Blackjack, 5-card stud poker, and 7-card stud poker. You play against the shifty-eyed, computer-smart dealer. Alright. The next one, well, yeah, it is kind of looking genred here. The next one is called Royal Dealer. And it's a card game as well. Cartridge, instructions. This one does not have the overlays. Speak of the devil. But I didn't figure, it could be too hard, so went in and got this one. I think what the other one was missing, like the instructions or the box was really damaged or something, and I was just like, I'm not worried about it. Two more. We've got the next one here. None of these are the IntelliVoice games, although I do have two other games aside from the Mesotron that I showed you. I have a game called Snafu, which kind of looks like the light cycle part of the Tron arcade game. You basically try to be the last block standing, and you leave a line on the screen, and you try to dead end people, you know. So it almost looks like that kind of light cycle thing from the Tron game. And the other one is called what is it called? What was the space one? Space Hawk? It's some other game that had space in the title. I'm trying to think. Space Spartans, I think, or something. It's an IntelliVoice game. And I do have the IntelliVoice module thing that I found at the family store, but I don't have an Intellivision. I could have bought one for like $40 at the thrift store a while back, but they said it came with games, and there weren't any games in the box, and I was like, forget it then. Final two, since I seem to be stalling, are the first one here is Sea Battle. Battle action on the high seas. Game. Ooh, game. The label's slightly peeling up. They didn't use really great adhesive back in the day, and it is old, you know. So no overlays with this one either. That's what I bought these a few weeks back, so I'm not sure. I was actually impressed that so many of them did have overlays. So you know, we're running 3 of them have them so far. This last one, it's a game. Oh, I know what it was. There was 2 copies of this same game, and it was this game here, and it's called Night Stalker. I'm probably gone by now if somebody probably bought it. But Night Stalker, it's the cartridge instructions. This one does have overlays. This overlay is a little crumpled up. But it's got one that's in great shape. And that's it. So that was the last one. So all together, we picked up these 6 Intellivision games in the box for $2 a piece. Now, they do have some Intellivision games in the box at Vintage Stock. I've never checked prices on them because I don't have an Intellivision. And so I don't know what they charge. They could charge, you know, $12 a piece for all I know. But I got all of these, I think in total, I don't know why, but I think they even gave me a discount. And I'm pretty sure I got these for under $10 for all 6. It was like 9. Actually, here's the bag. Let's see. I got it for $8.53. It looks like she only charged me for 4 of them. I don't know why. I don't know. Cool. So anyway, we picked up those. We picked up a couple of Sega CD games for the collection. And we got a sweet Blu-ray with the Star Wars trilogies with a new commentary as well as an older commentary. And we got Force Unleashed. So that's about all I've picked up in the last few weeks. But, you know, I was kind of laid up for a little bit. And then, like I said, I've been dealing with some, you know, babysitting stuff and things like that. So I just haven't had time to do much. Now that I do have my voice back, I am going to do the Q&A. Probably I'm going to sit down and film it this weekend and try to get it together. This weekend. I'd also like to do kind of a Halloween gameplay with one of my more favorite kind of survival horror type of games, and we'll see if that comes together, because I tend to say I'm going to do things and then fall off the wagon and don't do them. So anyway, I'm going to get out of here. See you next video.